A good evening to you all and welcome to English News Bulletin. We trust you've had a fulfilling Saturday. Now let's kick off this edition with the headlines. Rwanda has joined in celebrations of this year's Africa Day under the theme Education Fit for the 21st Century. It is a conference organized in collaboration with Rwanda's chapter of the Pan-African Movement held at the Parliament building. Some of the diplomatic corps of African countries in Rwanda describe Umuganda community work as a homegrown solution addressing problems in Africa. My name is Olive Nete. It's a pleasure to have your company tonight. Welcome to the news in details. Rwanda has joined in celebrations of this year's Africa Day under the theme Education Fit for the 21st Century in a conference organized in collaboration with Rwanda's chapter of the Pan-African Movement held at the Parliament building. Minister Vincent Biruta called for the doubling down of efforts in equipping African youth with the skills of tomorrow. He noted that by 2030, young Africans will constitute nearly half of the global youth population and pointed out that Africans will be the dynamic workforce, the problem solvers and innovators of the future.
We should just create a conducive environment that those students ready to start the pre-primary, they have a conducive environment to access the pre-primary education. It means there is a need of infrastructure, there is a need to have qualified teachers. And then once they have accessed the educational system, we should just do our best to make sure that there is a retention. The opposite of retention is dropout. We have just experienced different challenges to have our students who have registered and then they drop out. We need just to create the facilities or factors leading to retention. It means the enrollment rate, if we have entered the 300 students, we have to accompany them so that they can now end. And again, while we are looking for pooling factors, at the same time, while in the system, they perform the performance. We should just monitor their performance, make sure we identify their challenges, and then we lead them to completion.
There is a need to move into homegrown solution, which also address the issue of decolonization. How do we make sure that once we identify issues affecting education that we believe can be, we try to get solution from within the continent. And one of the examples I want to give is, I know Morocco is represented here. In 2 weeks, Morocco is going to host one of these conferences on AI, artificial intelligence, where they can clearly showcase some of the solutions to many issues the continent is facing. And are inviting Africans to come and take the opportunity to learn from that exercise, and they create opportunities for collaboration. So those are the kind of things I believe Africa needs to move, and that there is behind this, promoting peer learning and knowledge exchange among the countries.
This Umuganda community work included cutting down the bushes that covered the field where the Gahanga Stadium is supposed to be built in Kicukiro district.
Here was a lot of bushes, but with morale and many people here to cut it off, we were able to do more than what can be done normally. This demonstrates the resilience of Rwandans, as Umuganda is not only for Rwandans, but also other African countries mimicked it, and this also demonstrates the unity among Rwandans. As youth, this is time to demonstrate our role in building the country and in preserving the achieved. Our strength is our capital, as they would have used a lot of equips, but now this is also a time to discuss and evaluate our performance so far.
Today's Umuganda community work coincided with the 61st celebration of the African Liberation Day. The Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of Angola to Rwanda, Eduardo Filomeno Octavio, demonstrates that Umuganda community work is a non-solution addressing own problems.
Para nós, para a África, é o dia da África, o dia da libertação da África.
This is an important day. We have met as Africans to show the liberation of Africans. We still have a lot to do, and we want to continue to achieve the desired freedom, as it is the aim of the movement, including also the development of the people of Africa. My message is that we must work together with our youth to achieve everything we plan and what we want to achieve in the future.
A juventude para o conhecimento e para o desenvolvimento ímpar de África.
Epamak Twagirimana, the vice chairperson of the Pan-African movement, reiterates that the progress has been made in finding solutions for the African continent, even though the journey is still long. Doing such acts is to demonstrate the responsibilities of any Rwandan or African in building the desired Africa. Building a desired Africa is a journey, and we have where we started and where we have reached so far. And what is obvious is that we have created own solutions, and in Rwanda we find them here. The Minister of Local Government, Jean-Claude Musabyimana, applauds the community's participation in community activities, pointing out that this is a step forward for African development.
For
the Umuganda to be linked with the Pan-African movement, it is because as Africans we are aware that African liberation deprives from our own ideas, and in Rwanda we have such tangible solutions, demonstrating our support of the solutions provided by our citizens. Solutions including building our own countries, promoting safety, Africa Day, also known as Africa Freedom Day and African Liberation Day, is observed annually to celebrate the achievements of the Organization of African Unity, the predecessor of the African Union, from its creation on 25th May 1963.
Apologize for the technical error, and this story was about diplomatic corps who joined Kigali city residents in Umuganda community work, coinciding with the African Liberation Day celebrations. Moving ahead, the youth of Kigali expressed that the new sports infrastructure being established will help them achieve their dreams. They echoed this during the Umuganda community activity in Kimironko, Gasabo district, where volleyball and basketball courts are currently under construction. Take a look. A 17-year-old Jean-Baptiste Munyendamutsa from the Kimihurura sector, we met him training to play basketball at the Kimironko playground. He expressed his love for the game and hopes it will contribute to his personal development.
My first goal is to be able to improve in basketball so that I can play for my country. I look forward to one day to play in a bar competition. In the Kimironko sector, construction activities have begun on basketball and volleyball courts. This Saturday, residents, especially the youth, carried the community work event known as Umuganda to prepare for the construction of various courts, including a tennis court and a small football pitch.
This community work is very amazing because it brings collaboration between the community members, between the leaders, between NGOs like Imbuto Foundation. So that brings the team spirit of the way we are building our country with united forces. So I think it is a very good thing that is going to benefit us as individuals, as youth, but also as the country in general. For the youth, sports is very important because it unites them, it helps them to keep themselves healthy and fit, so that they will be able to do other things, and also prevents them from getting various diseases.
First of all, we see a lot of synergy between the team spirit or teamwork or team sports like basketball as well as Umuganda. Umuganda is community service. It's communities coming together to solve a problem or to address a need they have. So it's problem solving as a community. If you look at basketball or other team sports, it's about coming together as a team to work together in order to win a sport. So we see synergies, and we really like to be part of Umuganda because Umuganda is really about coming coming together about the spirit and the values of sports and basketball. But in particular, we're happy to be here in Kimirongo because this is a product of Imbuto Foundation in partnership with the Basketball Africa League. And coming back today to make it look even more beautiful, to renovate, upgrade it, means that the communities here will achieve two things. One, they'll have a place they can play, which they've already been playing, but a better place that they can continue to play. And we hope that we can see some good talent come out of Kimirongo.
Amadou Galofol, president of the Basketball Africa League, believes that the initiatives being undertaken to promote basketball in Rwanda will yield tangible results.
We are extremely proud to be here in partnership with the Imbuto Foundation to continue the work we started last year when this facility was built. A big part of our efforts to grow the game of basketball and inspire young people is about creating safe spaces where young boys and girls can play and really learn to grow with the values of sports. The Imbuto Foundation is doing a great job in this community. Umuganda is a special event that is very inspiring to really and should be known all across Africa and around the world, where people in their community commit to acts of kindness, getting out, and whether they're cleaning and building, and really taking a moment to reflect and contribute in the development of their community. So we're extremely excited to be here today, through our partnership and bringing many members of the BAL family, working with Ferwaba, the Ministry of Sports, and the Imbuto Foundation.
The mayor of the city of Kigali, Samuel Dusengiyumva, emphasizes that engaging in sports significantly contributes to the well-being of individuals.
Here in Kimirongo sector, Gasabo district, we worked in partnership with Imbuto Foundation to establish the basketball court, and this was done to assist young residents of this sector and others who live nearby in Nyarugunga and Bumbogo, so that they can have a place where they exercise and also find where they can discuss about various programs of development and well-being. This program will assist residents to lead a healthier life, and this is all we want, for residents to be healthy, avoid alcohol abuse, as we initiated a campaign called Tungwenes, but it is mainly for young ones to get a place where to carry entertainment activities.
Community activities also involved participants in the Basketball Africa League games being held in Kigali. Still speaking about community work activities, residents of Gahanga sector in Kicukiro district participated in the monthly community work joined by employees of the Bank of Kigali, and during this event residents were informed about the recently established Nanjye Nibeka program. We have details. Grace Usanase Faustin Gov Hijiri and the residents of the Gahanga sector in Kicukiro district expressed that Umuganda community activities provide an excellent opportunity to discuss various programs that benefit societal development. When an institution like Beka joins us, it encourages us to save and also how to improve self-development through loans and other programs, so that we can be entrepreneurs and also know the value of our currency.
When we take a look at various development activities being done here in Gahanga, be it construction activities and other plans and economic activities, these banking institutions should have to be here, and it is a privilege to have various government leaders in this community work. It shows us that they support our development.
The Nanjye Nibeka program was established to promote inclusivity and accessibility to banking services. Nicole Kamanzi, an employee at the Bank of Kigali, emphasized the importance of participating in community activities. She believes that engaging with the public is crucial, as their services are designed for the population, and it is their duty to explain these services to the community. Joining them in such community activities is important, since it is also a contribution that we make to develop our country. Through this, we also convey the message of Nanjye Nibeka so that they can understand that banking services have been brought closer to them. The CEO of the Bank of Kigali, Dr. Diana Karusisi, highlighted that on this Community Day, BK has joined people across all districts of the country to encourage saving and ongoing self-development. All employees of BK joined residents in various places in the country in all sectors through the community work so that we can encourage Rwandans to join BK and also encourage them to develop themselves. This program aims to encourage them to work, save and also develop. And when someone works, he or she is in need of banking services to carry out various programs such as community-based insurance and others. The Minister of Local Government, Jean-Claude Musabyimana, emphasized that one of the government's key programs to reduce poverty is self-saving initiatives. He noted that Community Day serves as an excellent platform to convey this message.
We
assist residents so that they can fight against poverty, starting from identifying why a certain family is in poverty. If it is because of bad behaviors, we assist them to change that. If it is because they don't have jobs, we work with them to see how to find employment. And if it is because they don't know how or where to save, we assist them on how they can access such services.
The Nanjye Nibeka program, launched at the end of March 2024, aims to help low-income individuals access better financial services. It focuses on empowering customers to make informed decisions and implementing measures to facilitate their financial needs. Still watching RTV News now to education matters. Oklahoma Christian University hosted a graduation ceremony where graduates assembled to celebrate the attainment of master's degrees. They emphasized that this ceremony symbolizes a crucial milestone in their academic and personal endeavors, as well as in the advancement of their nation. Charlene Furaha for details.
Education is to help you make a living, but more importantly, it is to help you make a positive impact on your community and those around you.
It was a moment of great joy for the graduating students, their families, and the entire university community. Eve Iradukunda, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of ICT and Innovation in Rwanda, urges the graduates to utilize their acquired knowledge to contribute to their country's development, as well as their personal and professional growth.
So obviously, these graduates of the MBA program are mature professionals. They have a good experience in their respective careers, so the MBA propels them to succeed even more. So my advice is to really take the lessons and the skills they've gained, particularly when it comes to business leadership, when it comes to advancing and structuring more complex business operations, to use those skills to advance their operations, their businesses, their institutions. It's a great achievement for the graduates, but also a great achievement for the community and the country to have these graduates getting the skills that they will use in their workplace to advance personally, but also to advance the country.
The director of Oklahoma Christian University in Rwanda expressed appreciation for the determination shown by the graduates and emphasized their role as catalysts for advancing their country's future.
We are very proud to have graduated today 35 students. These students work in various sectors, in the banking sector, in government, in the health sector, and all throughout the working force of Rwanda. And today we're very proud that there will be better managers, better leaders. They've been equipped and empowered to basically go and make Rwanda better. We're very proud of them today. My advice to our students is to be lifelong learners. They have gone through a one-year rigorous program where they went and learned so much through their courses, but they've also been given the tools to continue to do research and to continue to learn. So we empower them, we encourage them to continue and learn, and we know that they will for sure make a difference in their country.
Some graduates highlighted that this new chapter signifies not only the culmination of the academic journey, but also the beginning of a new phase where they are ready to make substantial contributions, leveraging the skills bestowed upon them for progress and collaborating with others.
I am a graduate from the Oklahoma Christian University in MBA. MBA program really equipped us with skills that are so important in both your professional and personal life. What I look forward to doing is implementing it moving forward in how I do my job, how I prepare for my future and, grow my network. That's the most important thing to me. Yes.
Oklahoma Christian University is an institution headquartered in the United States and currently operates a branch in Rwanda. 35 graduates have received their master's degrees in 2 fields, including business administration and science. Charlene Furaha reporting for RTV News.
To commemoration activities on May 24, 2024, the High Commission of Rwanda in Malawi participated in the 30th commemoration of the genocide against the Tutsi. The event was attended by various diplomatic corps and the Minister of Foreign Affairs in Malawi, Nancy Tembo, who highlighted that in the last 30 years, Rwanda has become a model of rapid development and resilience, providing a valuable lesson to the world.
Well, it is very important because a wrong was done some 30 years ago. An evil act was done against Rwanda where 1 million people died, were murdered within 3 months, 100 days. It is a dark era, and it's a dark era that must not happen anywhere, in any country. And so when we commemorate, it ensures that that is not forgotten, but also that we should learn lessons from that evil act. Fortunately for Rwanda, they have had a leadership that has ensured that they pick themselves up from the ashes of 1994. They have ensured that there is a reconciliation, that there is unity of purpose, and that they are determined that that era should not happen again in the future. So we join them to remember the past, but also to learn lessons from what happened in Rwanda. You noted in my speech that we must guard against hate speech. We have to guard against politics of ethnicity. And these are lessons that we need to learn. But one very important lesson as well is to have a determination to pull yourself out of ashes. It's a great lesson from Rwanda. You see, Rwanda has developed tremendously in the time that the current administration has been in power. So it is a lesson to be learned. We join them. We show solidarity to the people and government of Rwanda. Malawi and Rwanda are brotherly countries in Africa, and we continue to grow our relationship. And we continue to cooperate in various areas. Our people visit Rwanda to learn lessons from Rwanda. Rwandese visit Malawi to learn lessons from Malawi. And we have a road in Malawi named after President Paul Kagame. That's testimony to the brotherly relations that exist between Rwanda and Malawi.
Now to health matters. While technology is advancing worldwide in various fields, in the health sector it is also advancing and contributing in providing solutions and more. In today's health segment with Dr. Sagi Asa, we'll find out more about catheterization procedures in pediatric cardiac interventions and its advantages. Take a look. What is catheterization? And can you explain to us what catheterization in pediatric procedures entails?
So since one of every 100 children is born with a defect, with a problem in his heart, half to a third of them will need some intervention. in order to live, actually. Some need it when they're born, some later on. But we can do it in a surgery. We can fix the heart in surgery. Or we can do it here in the cath lab, in catheterization. This is a minimal invasive operation. It means that we don't need to open the heart. The child doesn't need to go in a bypass machine. We just do a puncture through a needle, like a blood test. And then through this needle, while the heart continues to work, we have a catheter that goes to the heart, and then we can fix problems, things inside the heart. This means that once we fixed everything, we take everything out, and the child remains with no scar, no nothing. The minute after, he's well, and he practically don't have any pain.
What are the most common indicators that shows that this child needs catheterization, different from surgical procedures that we usually know?
So for a mother, usually babies who are not gaining weight, they can't thrive. This is one thing. The other thing is children that have dyspnea, have difficulty to breathe, or children that have lips that become a little purple, a little cyanotic, we say, blue. These are children that should be checked. And the doctors who are checking the children, the pediatrician, when they hear a sound in the heart, it's called a murmur, they will send them to do an echo exam.
You say that there are some of the children that are entitled to have this catheterization are children who have cardiac diseases. Can all of them receive the catheterization, or they are limited to only the ones that you spoke about?
No, unfortunately, not all of them can be treated in the cath lab. So we discuss every child. We can't do everything here. Some things can be done only surgically. And sometimes we work together, the surgeon and us. But this is the point. The point, if you can do it in the cath lab, it's better to do it here. Otherwise, if you have no option, we can help the child in the OR surgically. And many times, even after surgery, they need to come back to do a few improvements in the cath lab. But it depends very much between the cases. So not everything can be solved in the cath lab. we wish. And this is the most advancing issue in medicine. You see, 20 years ago, maybe 40 years ago, there was no possibilities in cath lab, or very little. Today, half of the cases are treated in the cath lab and not anymore in surgery. So a child that 25 to 30 years ago went through a surgery for the same thing we do now in cath lab, and it's a very big difference. And we see children of people that were operated, coming with their children having the same problem, and then the child needs only a catheterization, and the mother is so surprised because she has a scar. So it's very nice. In Save a Child's Heart, we see it a lot.
When you do such procedures, the catheterization, are there any risks associated with this procedure, or it is typically good? It doesn't have risks associated with it?
Every operation and every procedure has risks. But if you play safe, it's a relative calculated risk. So for a qualified team, the risks are very low, and we have a solution for every possible problem. It's not just we come and do, we come and bring all the solutions for any problem that could happen. And the more you experience, the less problems you have, of course. I think this is one of the reasons we're not only practicing and training people back home in Israel, we're coming with them to their place to see that the facility, that everything is prepared to deal with any problem as well, and not just to go forward treating without having a solution for every problem that could happen. Don't forget, we work inside the heart, and there could be many, many complications, like in surgery. But relative, our procedures are very safe.
So comparing to the surgical procedures that we usually know, open heart and everything, and comparing it to the catheterization, how long does it take to heal when you have received the catheterization procedure different from the surgical procedure?
So I always say for people, it's like, this is what I like, it's like a miracle. Unlike surgery where you need to heal, a scar, the pain takes a long time, a few days or weeks. In cath lab, it's like magic. They go in sick, they go out healthy. This is very nice to see this. So they stay one night in the hospital just so we can take care of the children, see that they're good. And the next day, I will show you people playing, the children playing here, football, whatever they want to do. So,
are there any post-procedures that are needed and that patients need to do after receiving that kind of treatment?
So yes, definitely they need to be checked every period, just to be sure everything is fine. Don't forget, a child is growing, and we want to see that after we've done changes, that he's growing well with the changes. So this needs to be checked every few months at the beginning, then later on every 2 years, then we forget, and it's once every 10 years. But yes, and some needs for the first months, maybe medications, but very little. But in general, there are no very special needs the day after catheterization.
On behalf of the technical and news production team, we sincerely thank you for being part of our News Today broadcast. Thank you. Have a nice weekend.